afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Windows open.
Oh, doesn't it feel great?
It feels so good to turn that air conditioner off.
It really did. Yeah, it was actually a little crisp today. It felt terrific.
Threw on a sweatshirt to walk the dog this morning.
That's good stuff.
It did feel terrific. So more of that to come. We'll get to the weather in just a bit. But first, topping our news today, how the Milwaukee shooting could affect the Wisconsin elections this November.
And we bring you updates from the Buffalo supermarket shooting as federal investigators continue to work.
And Middleton High School broke ground on improvements to its football field this morning. Hear about the largest single-family donation in the district's history coming up. Let's take a look outside. Sunny day, perfect day for a walk. Doesn't get much better than this. Feels like May. Julian's in the backyard whistling away.
That's right. It's just so nice to see all the green outside as of right now. It's a gorgeous day, folks. If you haven't gotten out just yet, definitely take advantage of it because we will start to see some changes later on into the week. But as of right now, you can see it pretty blue with a couple of clouds, but it is also feeling marvelous outside. Right now, we're going to be seeing our temperatures around 74 degrees, typically around 69 degrees. So we're pretty close to being seasonable as of right now. And again, we're just going to see plenty of nice temperatures throughout much of this week. But we are going to see some later changes as well. But right now, enjoy the fact that we don't have a whole lot of clouds. If anything, just little small puffs throughout much of our skies as we continue throughout the rest of our evening hours. And looking at the rest of our evening, we could see some of those clouds start to clear up for us. As we start to dwindle into our temperatures, we'll also see more clearing in our skies heading into tonight. So we're going to be looking at a star night for us to be on tap. Now, as we take a look at our traffic as of right now, not too much in terms of slow points throughout much of our traffic. However, near Fish Hatch, we are still looking at some slow spots as of right now as we're getting into our evening. But taking a look over towards the interstate as of right now, not too bad. All green as we're going in to start things off for us. And here is a look at what it's going to be taking in terms of our timing. Pretty normal for this time of day in terms of our traffic. We'll have much more to look at, especially what we could be expecting later into the week in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys in studio.
All right, Julian, thank you. Well, these were the scenes after 3 different shootings outside the Deer District Friday night after the Bucks game.
3 people were injured in the first shooting, 1 in the second, and 17 in the third in what police describe as an exchange of gunfire between 2 groups of people.
Ages of the victims range from 15 to 47, and all are expected to survive.
In total, investigators recovered 9 firearms and police arrested 10 people.
That violence is rippling well beyond the Milwaukee city limits. It's quickly becoming a hot-button issue for politicians, especially those running for governor.
Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more on how the shooting is playing out among the voters. Will?
That's right. So we've had a couple of successive shootings, the several near the Milwaukee Deer District on Friday, and that shooting in Buffalo, New York on Saturday. All that focusing the attention on the issue of crime. Gubernatorial candidates like Rebecca Clayfish were quick to stake their claim on the issue. But just how much of an impact does that issue of crime have on actual voters? It doesn't rank as important among other issues in the latest Marquette poll, but poll director Charles Franklin says there might be other reasons why candidates may want to address it.
From a political point of view, the emotions that go with those horrendous crimes are a ready-made method for playing up an issue and gripping people with a visceral reaction.
So even if it is not the issue top of minds of voters statewide, candidates can also push that issue as something that they specifically can solve. Candidates like Tim Michels, in the wake of a series of recent homicides in Milwaukee, pointed to the public safety blueprint he had previously released. But this is also not just a Republican issue. The Marquette poll shows Democrats and Republicans similarly care about this issue. We'll delve more into that next at 5.
We'll see you then, Will. Thank you. We are learning new details today about the mass shooting at a Buffalo, New York supermarket over the weekend that left 10 people dead.
Michael George has the latest from the scene.
FBI agents are collecting and documenting evidence from this weekend's mass shooting at the Tops supermarket in Buffalo. Officials say the suspected gunman had plans to continue his deadly rampage.
And if not for the quick response of the Buffalo Police Department, he certainly would have killed more people in this immediate area.
Investigators say the 18-year-old specifically targeted the store because he wanted to kill as many black people as possible. Over the weekend, he pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Ruth Whitfield was one of the lives lost. She stopped at the store after visiting her husband of 68 years at a nursing home. Family members were overcome by grief at a news conference.
But we're not just hurting, we're angry, we're mad. This shouldn't have happened.
Attorney Ben Crump is representing the Whitfield family and is demanding accountability beyond the suspect.
The people who curate the hate, the people who inspire the hate on websites and internet services and cable news stations.
New York State officials say the suspect, who lived hundreds of miles away, threatened a shooting at his high school last year. Investigators say he plotted this attack over several months, and they're looking at a 180-page document he posted online describing himself as a white supremacist and an anti-Semite. At the White House, President Biden paid tribute to Aaron Salter, a retired police officer who worked as a store security guard.
He actually was able to shoot the assailant twice, but he had on a bulletproof vest, and he lost his life in the process.
The president is expected to travel to Buffalo tomorrow to grieve with the community. Michael George, CBS News, Buffalo, New York.
Police have identified the suspect involved in a shooting yesterday at a California church. The Orange County Sheriff says 68-year-old David Chu of Las Vegas walked into the Geneva Presbyterian Church Sunday afternoon and started shooting. One person died and 5 others were hurt before a pastor hit the gunman on the head and the worshipers tackled him.
Churchgoers detained him and hogtied his legs with an extension cord and confiscated at least 2 weapons from him. That group of churchgoers displayed what we believe is exceptional heroism and bravery in intervening to stop the suspect. They undoubtedly prevented additional injuries and fatalities.
The victims are all Asian, ranging in age from 66 to 92. The alleged gunman is also Asian. Police say there were 30 to 40 witnesses, all part of the Irvine Taiwanese Presbyterian community, which has weekly services at the church. They were hosting a reception after their Sunday service to honor a former pastor visiting from Taiwan.
Prosecutors and defense attorneys have begun selecting the jury that will determine the fate of 20-year-old Kari Sanford. Sanford is accused in the murder of his girlfriend's mother and father at the UW Arboretum in 2020. The trial itself expected to start tomorrow morning. Sanford has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime in the death of Dr. Beth Potter and her husband Robin Cowrie. Prosecutors allege Sanford and another man, Elijah LaRue, kidnapped the couple from their home before driving them to the Arboretum and shooting them.
Madison police have arrested a 22-year-old for attempted homicide after a shooting on the east side earlier this month. Cameron Barber Smith was arrested on attempted first-degree intentional homicide charges last week in connection with a shooting on Nakusa Trail on May 5th. Police say Barber Smith allegedly approached a home on Nakusa Trail and shot a man who was standing on a balcony. Multiple bullets also went into the apartment where 3 other people and a baby were inside. The victim was shot multiple times but was alert and conscious when he was taken to the hospital. Barber Smith will be in court for a preliminary hearing later this month.
Public health officials in Madison are announcing more than $1 million in funding to fight violence in the community. Public Health Madison and Dane County says that funding will go to organizations that engage with children and families, fostering strong neighborhoods and help those affected by violence heal. It's the latest effort to treat violence as a public health issue, using data and science to look at the root causes of violence.
So it's not just limited to direct intervention through the Community Safety Intervention Team or through CARES, but we're thinking creatively around different ways and different goals that we can help achieve during the roadmap's 5-year implementation plan. So we're bringing together more partners, more community members, more stakeholders to contribute to these efforts.
The money will be given to agencies and organizations focusing on community engagement, fostering strong neighborhoods, and supporting people affected by violence. The funding is paid for by the American Rescue Plan Act and will be given out over the next 2 years.
UW-Madison officially has a new chancellor. Dr. Jennifer L. Mnookin was named the university's 30th chancellor this morning. She comes to Madison woman from UCLA, where she served as the dean of the law school there. The UW System Board of Regents voted unanimously to approve Mnookin to replace outgoing Chancellor Rebecca Blank, who is leaving for Northwestern University at the end of the month.
I'm ready to pour my energy into amplifying the Wisconsin idea, sharing the great work done on this campus and how it makes a meaningful and tangible difference in the lives of people throughout all of Wisconsin and well beyond.
Mnookin will begin her tenure on August 4th. UW Provost John Carl Scholes, who was a finalist for the chancellorship, will serve as interim from the time Rebecca Blank steps down to when Mnookin takes over.
The Middleton High School Stadium is getting some improvements. Today was the groundbreaking and shovel ceremony at the Otto Breitenbach Stadium at Middleton High School. The stadium improvements will include a new enlarged concession area, dedicated coaches and trainer rooms, and new locker and team rooms next to the field.
Such an incredibly powerful existence to truly change what is normally a heartbeat or one of the heartbeats of a community, and to have an impact on one's own hometown is truly one of the most rewarding things one can experience.
The project is estimated to cost between $8 and $12 million, with $6.7 million donated from a generous alumni family. The nearly $7 million donation is the largest Middleton Cross Plains School District has ever received.
The city of Madison is suggesting that people add rain gardens to their yards, and now is the time to do it. A rain garden is a garden of native shrubs, perennials, and flowers planted in a shallow depression. Sometimes it's built on a natural slope. The engineering division says a rain garden is a great option for stormwater management. It temporarily holds and soaks in rainwater runoff that flows from roofs, driveways, patios, or lawns. Officials say rain gardens plants capture 30% more water than a regular lawn, and they filter that water into the ground.
If everyone put in rain gardens that treated their whole roof, we would be in a much better place than we are right now, where we have local street flooding and also just a lot of pollution getting to our lake off of our streets.
If you have a rain garden and you want it included on a future interactive map the City of Madison is working on, you can find a link on channel3000.com. A point representing each rain garden will be added to the map, but addresses and information will remain private.
Now we just need some rain.
Yeah, good idea.
Still to come at 4, the Madison School District is trying something different.
It's called a micro school, and we'll find out more about it in our Eye on Education segment. Chris Stanford will have that story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more. Crazy commutes, crowd control. Have a nice day, Alex. Thanks, Sal. Taking the stairs, that's how you do more with Dupixent, which helps prevent asthma attacks. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. And can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Eyes require a certain kind of care. As a family-owned optical company for over 40 years, Wisconsin Vision knows firsthand just how important your eyes are. That's why our doctors and staff are highly skilled and passionate in their roles. It's why our centers offer a large selection of eyewear suitable for all lifestyles And it's why our lens lab is state-of-the-art, conveniently located right here in Wisconsin. Ask about our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda. The brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. Call now before our busy summer season and get $500 off whole home insulation. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
Welcome back. Prices at the pump continue to shatter records.
With no signs, unfortunately, of slowing down, the national average for a gallon of regular gas hit $4.48 a gallon today, and AAA says prices could continue creeping up as we close in on Memorial Day weekend. Industry experts worry we may be well on our way to a nationwide average of $5 a gallon. Multiple states have already passed that mark. The Wisconsin average is $4.23 a gallon.
Well, you can now order more free at-home COVID-19 tests. The program allows 3 orders of at-home test kits. That's 16 tests total per residential address. The government first started offering the free at-home tests in January. They announced a second round available to be shipped out in March. Now a third round of free at-home COVID-19 tests are available for order. Every home in the U.S. is eligible. Just go online, go to covid.gov to order yours today.
Lawmakers in Washington are working on plans to restock store shelves with baby formula. The FDA commissioner says there actually is a sufficient amount of baby formula, but it is not being distributed in the right way. Dr. Robert Califf says the agency is working on a plan that was announced earlier today to make baby formula more accessible.
Over the weekend, one of the things that we worked on continuously was putting forth a set of rules that would enable the use of formula that was intended for other countries. Some of it even manufactured in the U.S., intended for other countries.
Congress is preparing to vote this week on a pair of bills to increase the supply, including one to allow the U.S. to import formula from abroad. The other would make it easier for low-income families in the WIC program to buy formula.
Stocks ended mixed on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 26 points, closing at 32,223. The NASDAQ was off 142 points. The S&P 500 was down nearly 16. The Madison School District is testing out an unconventional school.
In their words, they want to disrupt system inequalities for black and brown students.
In a special eye on education, Chris Stanford takes a closer look.
This pilot program is called the Anti-Racist Learning Lab. The district's paying for it with federal COVID stimulus money. In the brochure, they're recruiting Black, Indigenous, Latinx, and Asian American middle schoolers who feel like school isn't for them and want to say in what they learn. I'll admit, it's a school unlike any I'd ever seen. Inside this building, just off East Wash, in one small room, is an entire school.
What makes it different is that it's trying to rethink how schools could be.
The Madison School District calls it a micro school. One teacher, 4 students.
It is for like anti-racist learning, and that centers around the students a lot, their interests, their voices.
The Anti-Racist Learning Lab, or All-In School, was created in response to a survey of district students.
There was a lack of sense of belonging, particularly for students of color.
Maxine McKinney-DeRoyston is a co-designer. She's a published researcher of race in education and an assistant professor at UW-Madison.
And the most upsetting to me was that they didn't feel like it was a place that they could learn.
Nakong is an 8th grader in the program.
They teach us about racial profiling and, basically racial, discrimination and all that stuff. How black people are mostly the target for racial profiling.
The district says it's using federal COVID funding to pay for the program because the pandemic has disproportionately impacted racially minoritized communities in Madison. And the micro school seeks to rethink schools in ways which disrupt inequities and differential impacts. The structure is also unconventional. The school day starts later. There are 2 parts of the day blocked off for learning. There's no math or science class. It's more experience-based, where different subjects are blended in. Here, they're making paper roller coasters, but not just focused on physics. Students here also have a big say in what they learn about.
If we want to learn about food, we'll learn about food. If we want to learn about anything, basically, we can learn about it.
What's that like teaching with students deciding what's being taught?
Yeah, I think it's like really exciting just as a teacher too to like see that students are excited about what they're learning as far as their interest or learning about people who have the same background as them.
Our hope is if we go into this next year, that it'll also be a place that administrators, teachers, and families can come and see how school could be done differently, what kinds of things we might change, and how they might take that back to their own respective school environments.
The All-In Micro School will need approval to continue into next school year. For Ion Education, I'm Chris Stanford.
It is an interesting concept.
Yeah, we'll continue to follow it, and we have much more information on channel3000.com.
And there's more at 4. Finland is poised to join NATO despite threats from Russia if they do so.
But residents there are not worried about a possible invasion. We'll discover Helsinki's underground coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio Enclosures.
Hello, spring. Hello, savings. Now at the Century House. Save hundreds with a free leather upgrade. Or get $300 off stressless Mike & Max motorized recliners with a soft rocking motion that provides instant comfort. And $300 off the new 50th anniversary retro stressless Royal recliner, available with the iconic stressless original base. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Sex trafficking is happening in the Madison community. What are some possible indicators of someone being trafficked? A person may show indication of physical abuse, appear overtired or malnourished, avoid eye contact and are fearful or nervous, be without identification, have a tattoo used to brand them to their trafficker, have few possessions, not be in control of their own money. If you suspect someone is being trafficked, call 888-373-7888 or text HELP to 233-733. A universal symbol that someone is seeking help is 4 fingers up, thumb in, then folding 4 fingers down over the thumb. If you see this, don't interfere. Call 911 and take note of the situation, such as identifying characteristics of individuals and the make or model of a car. Learn more at unitedmadison.com/trafficking. Brought to you by United Madison in partnership with Collaboration Project.
Love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio Enclosures.
Well, take a look at this. Watch police officers wrestle a 6-foot alligator outside an elementary school in South Carolina. Animal control officers were called in after the large gator was spotted wandering near Daniel Island Elementary in Charleston. The officers showed no fear, leaping onto the reptile's back to subdue it, which it did not seem happy about. But after gaining control, officers safely relocated the sharp-toothed trespasser to a pond up the road. Charleston PD says during mating season, daily alligator-related calls are not uncommon. Case in point, just the day before this one, another alligator led investigators on a slow-speed chase through another residential Charleston street.
That's a big one. Look at the size of that guy.
Now, your parents live down there. Have they had encounters?
Yes, they have. Smaller ones on the golf course. My dad's seen them a couple times.
But not walking down the street
But
like
not
that.
walking down the street like that,
Probably
no.
not that big either.
That was a big one.
Yeah, those are huge.
Two people jump on top of that
Are they native to that?
I don't know. I think they're coming up from Florida.
I'm going to say, yes. I know about Florida and Georgia area. They're way more common.
Just moving north.
Yes, why not, you know? Let's say hello to all the other states.
Getting warmer up north, you might as well move.
Yeah, exactly.
Great weather around here, I'll tell you. This is perfect.
Feels great.
Love this weather. Unfortunately, it might be not as nice throughout the rest of the week, but we're going to talk more about that coming up in just a few moments with the First One forecast. Stick around.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Change it up and choose Dutch Boy from Menards. Get the best quality Dutch Boy paints at the best prices. Pick out the perfect color. We offer free custom color matching and tinting to create thousands of color options. And with Dutch Boy's easy opening, smooth pouring container, and no prep, no prime formula, transforming your home has never been easier. Dutch Boy Max Bond exterior flat paint is $34.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Since I left for college, my dad has gotten back into some of his old hobbies. And now he's taking Trulicity. And it looks like he's gotten into some new, healthier habits, too.
What changes are you making for your type 2 diabetes? Maybe it's time to try Trulicity. It's proven to help lower A1C. It could help you lose up to 10 pounds. And it's only taken once a week, so it can fit into your busy life. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. The choices you make can help control your A1C. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
I just scratch my head over these career politicians. They get in there and they just never want to leave. I'm going to give this my all for 4 years, work very hard. I'm going to do it for the greater good of all the people of Wisconsin, not the special interests. I think the lobbyists are not going to like me at all. They're going to be very frustrated. I'm not beholden to them. Didn't take any money from them, won't take any money from them. I'm going to do what's right for all the people of Wisconsin.
Tim Michaels for governor.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, I really hope that you all have been enjoying this wonderful weather that we've been having to start off our work week, because it's going to be the theme, even though it might not be as nice throughout the rest of the week. But we'll get into that in just a moment, because as of right now, we're seeing outside plenty of blue, even though we do have a couple of clouds sticking around for us. And our high for today was around 74 degrees so far. And we can just see it's just a bit above normal around this time of year, which is normally around 69 degrees here in Madison, but still, it's wonderful. It feels like spring, and that's what many of us here in southern Wisconsin are experiencing for us. 79 degrees in Janesville, with about 75 degrees into Platteville. Many of us are into the middle and upper 70s as we're kicking off the rest of our evening hours. So still feeling very comfortable for us, as we're not even looking at much in terms of dew points. The degrees for them are into the 30s. Just goes to show you that we're not looking at much in terms of humidity as we're kicking things off for us. So it just feels fantastic. But one thing we are going to be keeping an eye on is that we are looking at a cold front that's going to start to sweep its way in as we get into the later part of tonight, which will start to bring temperatures down a bit and start to even bring in some chances of us to see some showers going into our Wednesday. But until then, we're also keeping our eye on this low that's all the way over towards the Great Plains, that's going to track its way into the upper Midwest, which is going to be bringing in warmer temperatures for us. And on top of that, also bring in some chances for a bit more wet conditions. But aside from that, going into tonight, expect lots of clear conditions, and it will be quiet as well. Tuesday morning is going to be pretty nice. We're going to see those upper 40s, see those 50s, plenty of open sky. Then as we get into our Tuesday afternoon, temperatures will start to rise into about the middle 60s, but that's what we're pretty much going to see throughout much of our day. Middle 60s, upper 60s for some areas. As we get towards our Tuesday nights, could start to see some showers start to roll in, especially west of Dane County. And as we go into our Tuesday night, looking for a break, but then as we get into our Wednesday morning, that's when we're going to be looking at more showers and potentially even some thunderstorms or even heavier rain as well to kick off our Wednesday morning. So if you need the rain gear, rain boots, umbrella, whatever it is, definitely expect it and use it when we get into our Wednesday morning for us. But that clears up as we get into our Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday evening, we're going to start to see temperatures still around the 60s, but we're looking at healthy amounts of some rainfall, though, here in southern Wisconsin as we get into about our Wednesday afternoon after this next event that we're going to be seeing. But that's not the only time, because even though temperatures are going to feel pretty nice for us throughout much of this week, and we will still have plenty of sunshine, we are looking at more showers coming into the back end of the work week, as temperatures will once again be onto the up and up, as we're going to see upper 70s and into the lower 70s, as we're going to continue to start to see temperatures just about average or below average temperatures around this time of year for us. We're still going to be looking at some wet conditions as we get into the back end of the work week. Now, there's one thing we're also going to be looking at as we see going into the next few days for us. Now, as we close things out, we'll start to look at our 10-day forecast as things will start to shape up just a bit differently. Now, as we take a look at what we're going to be expecting for us, well, it's going to be seeing a bit more of those shower chances, but temperatures, again, are not going to be fluctuating too much, just a bit of a yo-yo until we get into this weekend where we're looking at consistent 60s in the forecast, plenty of sunshine as well. Honestly, this weekend is going to be shaping up. Mark, we talked about it at the noon show. It's going to be gorgeous this weekend. 60s and sun. I can't wait for it.
Perfect.
Finally, normal.
I know.
It's spring, close
spring
to normal.
Not going to be sweating out of our clothes. It's just going to be great.
Or is this fall already?
We can't say that. We finally are just getting spring.
Don't jinx us.
It's beautiful weather. All right, Julian,
Thanks,
thank you.
Julian.
Well, Finland and Sweden are considering joining NATO after Russia's surprise invasion of Ukraine.
CNN's Nick Robertson takes a look at how well Finland is prepared in case of an invasion.
And he gets a tour inside Helsinki's civil defense shelters, which can shelter the city's entire population if needed.
Question is, when is a parking garage not a parking garage? And the answer is when it's part of a tunnel and bunker network to be used in case of war. And there's one country threatening that war, potentially the big threat, Russia. Tommy Rask, Helsinki City Rescue Department, is going to show us around.
So if we go and see the main entrance.
20 meters, 60 feet below ground, cut into Helsinki's bedrock. How quickly can you put this together in case of war?
72 hours.
And 6,000 people in here, how many people can you fit in shelters in the whole of Helsinki?
Over 900,000.
So that's enough for the population plus visitors?
Yeah. it is.
The government's been building bunkers here since the 1960s. 5,500 in Helsinki, more than 50,000 across the country. Enough for 80% of the country's 5.5 million population. Deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
But the scale of it, not the only surprise. Some of it's open to the public. What's this?
Floorball game.
This is a bunker with a sports hall? Oh my goodness. To go. Much of it dual use to offset the costs.
So this is one example of our dual purpose use of the shelter.
Dual purpose, yeah. Yeah, so some sports every day of the week. Time of crisis, what happens here?
All the sporting goods stacked away. All these halls, these sheltering halls, are divided by smaller sheltering rooms.
And not just sports halls, children's play areas, possibly the safest in the world. Cafes, even a swimming pool. Just a sheltering hall, but with a pool.
Yeah, with an Olympic-sized pool.
Olympic size, okay. Wow. Wow. But everything here with one purpose in mind. Blast doors, gas barriers, decontamination areas, even the 2 billion year old bedrock, more than just blast proof. So if there's a nuclear bomb, the rock itself absorbs the radiation, keeps everyone here safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And the tunnels as well, they're curved so that they also prevent some of the blasts coming through.
They take the most of the hit.
And now it's a car park.
It's a car park.
Again.
Again.
That's quite a bizarre feeling.
Yeah.
1 minute you're preparing for a war, the next minute you're playing hockey, and now it's a car park.
Yeah. Here you can see the different layers.
And before we leave, Rask shows us another shelter just begun. Drill a hole in it, put explosives in, blow it, and move forward.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Cheers. Bye. Up, here come the traffic. This looks like the way out. Absolutely fascinating. Intriguing. Nick Robertson, CNN, under Helsinki, Finland.
I've never seen anything like that before. Isn't that something?
That is something. Wow. They're ready. Well, coming up next on Live Before, some hospitals have to conserve and prioritize patients over the lack of medical dye. We'll find out more after the commercial.
And coming up next hour at 5, people with severe disabilities in Wisconsin are facing a worsening crisis. Some can't get dental care. Our Naomi Coles tells us more at 5.
Keep life zesty with Zantac 360 degrees. Heartburn can't stop this party because Zantac 360's triple action prevents, relieves, and lasts, working in as little as 15 minutes. Keep life zesty with Zantac 360.
Quality, longevity, selection. These words have been synonymous with the Surgenians and Karastan brands for over 90 years. Save up to 20% on Karastan carpets this month with special financing and rebates. Local, sustainable, Surgenians.
Bob's Discount now goes further than ever with my new 60-month financing option. Just in time, too, because this Memorial Day weekend, we're celebrating the grand opening of my 9 new Bob's Discount furniture stores across the country with 6, 12, 30, and 60-month financing options to fit your budget. Take my Jessie and Betty sofas, each come in 4 sizes and multiple colors. Only $4.99 or $42 per month for 12 months with special financing. So come celebrate the grand opening of our 9 new stores this Memorial Day weekend.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
In life are free.
Just wait until he hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation? Are you kidding me? Yeah!
Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus no interest for 1 year. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Tonight at 5, after mass shootings in Milwaukee over the weekend, we dig into how these violent acts will impact voting in the fall.
And more seasonable May-like weather has finally arrived, but we are keeping a close eye on our next chance for showers. We'll time out that rain chance for the middle of the week.
Then at 6, we speak to a local family about their struggles with trying to find a dentist who can meet their special needs. We're searching for solutions to help more families like them. That's coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a shot from San Diego as we spin the weather satellite. 67 degrees there. 76 here.
Well, it's not making us jealous today.
No, it's not. It's actually nicer here. It's not so foggy. Well, hospitals around the country and the world are dealing with critical shortages of a dye used for some medical scans and procedures.
Now, some facilities are having to conserve and prioritize use to make sure they have enough for patients who absolutely need it.
Elise Preston has more.
It's used in common imaging studies like CT scans as well as procedures for heart attack and stroke, and it's in short supply right now. Iodinated contrast media is injected into patients and goes into the blood vessels, allowing doctors to get a better look at a patient's anatomy and organs.
We had to triage and limit the use of contrast dye to only critically ill patients that had to have contrast dye to either establish a diagnosis or to guide a life-saving or a limb-sparing treatment.
The dye shortage is being blamed on a COVID shutdown at a Shanghai production plant where most of this product is made. Dr. Phil Johnson is the chief of radiology at the University of Kansas Health System. He says the shortage is concerning because certain procedures are not possible without this dye.
We can do a CT scan without contrast. It may not be quite as good, but we can still get valuable information. We can do other imaging studies like MRI scans or ultrasound scans. But if somebody has a heart attack or if somebody has a stroke, the only way you can get into the blood vessel with a catheter, into the heart or the brain is to inject X-ray dye to identify the clot.
The American Hospital Association recently put out this advisory to members to provide resources on how to conserve supply. Normal production of the dye is not expected to resume until late June. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
And doctors say the goal right now is to maintain the supply for emergency and critical care, which means some elective scans or non-emergency procedures may need to be delayed or rescheduled.
Wow, scary.
Always something.
Yeah.
There's more to come at 4. We'll head to the movies with film critic Will Loper.
He has the box office numbers, and he'll tell us what he thinks of the new movies now playing when Live at 4 continues.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
And I walked right into U.S. Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free. What'd he say? He's insured. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. Yeah, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At U.S. Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
I just scratch my head over these career politicians. They get in there and they just never want to leave. I'm going to give this my all for 4 years, work very hard. I'm going to do it for the greater good of all the people of Wisconsin, not the special interests. I think the lobbyists are not going to like me at all. They're going to be very frustrated. I'm not beholden to them. Didn't take any money from them, won't take any money from them. I'm going to do what's right for all the people of Wisconsin.
Tim Michaels for governor.
Are you overloaded with debt? 13 may be your lucky number. No interest Chapter 13 debt repayment. Protect your assets, pay your debts, get a lower payment that you can afford. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Chapter 13 repayment plans start at only $275 a month. To see if you qualify, on your phone, from your home, statewide, call now or visit us online. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now. Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
And even though we are having such a gorgeous day outside, we're going to have a quick little traffic update for us. As we can see along the belt line, especially eastbound as of right now, we are looking at some slow spots starting in over from Seminole Highway over into the eastern side. But Fish Hatch in itself is also looking at some slow spots this afternoon and evening as well. And actually, we're just getting even slower as we just turn from yellow to red. But taking our look over into the interstate as of right now, a bit of a difference maker as of right now. So we're still green over onto the interstate, but along the belt line, we are seeing some more traffic, and it's just going to start to get more congested for us as we get into the rest of our evening. However, other areas, we are looking at pretty normal speeds and timing for us as we're kicking off the rest of our evening commutes. So this is what it's going to be looking like from Janesville to the belt line, from Sauk City to Middleton, and from Sun Prairie to downtown as well. Pretty standard as of right now for this time of day. That's going to do it for our traffic update. Back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. Paper plane competitors and fans from around the world gathered in Austria over the weekend to take part in the Red Bull Paper Wings event. The event at Red Bull's Hangar 7 in Salzburg, also known as the Paper Plane World Championships, took place for the first time since 2019 due to the pandemic. A contestant from Pakistan topped the longest airtime podium, with his plane staying afloat for 14.86 seconds, while a Serbian contestant won the distance discipline with his throw of just over 200 feet.
I don't know what's better, the planes or the venue. It's pretty.
Hangar 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't show how they make them. I'm sure there's special.
There is a trick because it's impossible.
Yeah,
to
mine
do
goes from
that.
here to there.
Right, me too.
Well, did the new Stephen King movie Firestarter set the box office on fire?
Let's find out from our film critic, Will Loper.
Hey, Susan and Mark. Doctor Strange wins its second weekend in a row, while the new release, Firestarter, fails to make much of a sizzle, making only $3.8 million for a fourth-place finish.
Pencil, desk, paper, shoes. You're weird. Everything okay, Charlie? It happened again.
What happened?
The bad thing.
This version of Firestarter is based on the 1980 novel by Stephen King and features a telepathic father, played by Zac Efron, and his daughter Charlie, who can start fires with her mind on the run from a shadowy agency called The Shop.
Our responsibility is getting her ready.
Our responsibility is to protect her.
Charlie?
If they catch her, they're going to put her in a cage.
Charlie?
They're going to run tests on her for the rest of her life. We'll never see her again.
If who catches me?
Audiences may remember a 1984 version starring a very young Drew Barrymore. And unfortunately, this new version doesn't improve on much. The writing and acting are more campy and cliche than they are thrilling.
Bad men are after us. Really bad.
I hate living like this.
And although things tend to pick up when Charlie uses her fire powers, it's too few and far between to make this movie spark. You're safe in skipping Firestarter, which is playing in theaters as well as streaming on Peacock.
Liar, liar. Pants on fire.
Over on streaming services, new on HBO Max is the second season of Hacks.
Tour starts tonight.
Could I take out one of your face creams? Looking for a spot for my kombucha. If it's not kept cold, it'll keep fermenting in the bottle and it can explode.
Oh, God, fine. Here, give it to me.
You're right. It did explode.
Also on HBO Max is a series adaptation of the novel The Time Traveler's Wife.
Time travel. It's not a superpower. It's a disability. It's what's wrong with me.
Rose Leslie and Theo James play married couple Claire and Henry, whose relationship is jeopardized by Henry's inability to control his time jumping.
I'm always going and she can't follow.
This is me changing the future.
I have tried to change it. Trust me. You can't.
New on Netflix is the series The Lincoln Lawyer.
In court, or you can win, but you gotta believe you can win.
But what if you don't?
Then you better fake it till you make it.
Based on the same book as the Matthew McConaughey movie was, the show follows a lawyer who works out of his car to defend downtrodden clients.
Where are you going?
I think better on the road.
And new on Amazon Prime this Friday is the sci-fi series Night Sky.
You ready to make history?
You say that every time.
J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek play a couple with a portal in their backyard that leads to another planet.
But I think they're hiding something in that shed.
There's a reason. We were the ones who found this.
I found a portal once, but it just led to the back of a Pizza Hut dining room. For Live at 4, I'm Will Loberg.
We're going to need to take a vacation to catch up on all of this stuff.
Do you have a portal in your shed?
Yeah.
All right, well, check your forecast coming up.
The world is full of make or break moments, especially if you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture. It's time to make your move to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jawbone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Don't wait for a break. Call your doctor now and ask how Prolia can help you.
How do you use your energy? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Dude, great ride. Right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads.
Very well qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Tonight at 5, after mass shootings in Milwaukee over the weekend, we dig into how these violent acts will impact voting in the fall. And parents beware, we'll tell you how scammers are taking advantage of the baby formula shortage. That's coming up at 5.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team is here for you, exposing scams, mediating consumer disputes, and getting results. Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
We're taking action for you.
Well, enjoy the nice weather while we have it, because we are tracking some soggy conditions later into the week. Meteorologist Dana Fulton will give you your full forecast coming up at 5.
Raising healthy children takes a village, and kids thrive when their village is healthy too.
SSM Health and News 3 Now are helping you unlock a healthier world with our Time for Kids Keys to Health campaign. We'll show you how sustainable choices create healthier lifestyles, explore the impacts of food security on families,
and share ways we can help build a healthy community together. So join us on air, online, and in your village.
And take time for kids.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
Violent and destructive riots in Kenosha, the Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy, record-high homicides in Milwaukee, from defunding our police to releasing violent felons with low or no bail. Liberal Democrats have created the worst crime wave in decades. Senator Ron Johnson is standing with our brave law enforcement officers to keep Wisconsin families safe, and he wants to keep violent criminals behind bars where they belong.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
In today's Final Touch, something Mark will never experience.
You got it. The world's longest pedestrian suspension bridge has opened at a mountain resort in the Czech Republic. The 2,365-foot-long bridge is built at an altitude of more than 3,600 feet above sea level, 312 feet above the valley below. The bridge connects two ridges of two mountains. Up to 500 people will be allowed to be on the bridge at any one time. Only 250, though, will be allowed for now. I guess see what happens. The bridge will be closed if winds exceed 84 miles an hour.
Whoa.
It took 2 years and $8.3 million to build. Critics say the bridge is too big for the surrounding environment, while others argue it'll attract too many tourists to the town, which has a population of about 500. Czech Tours believes that the bridge could attract tourists from around the globe. A half-mile long bridge over a valley.
That's cool, though, isn't it?
It is very cool, but would you do that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Better you than me. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.